Hey, what's going on YouTube? I'm London and welcome to my YouTube channel called London Business as Usual, where I teach new LLCs how to start, how to grow, and how to scale their business by using business credit. Now, today we're going to talk about how can we use business credit to purchase our first property. Now, this first property can be your home where you want to move you and your family into. You want to maybe stay there for quite some time, or it can be for an investment property. Maybe you want to flip it, right? Buy it at a low price and resell it at a higher price. Or maybe you want to invest in that property for the long term and eventually rent it out. So there's different type of ways you can invest into real estate. But today we're primarily going to focus on how can we leverage our business credit to buy a property to stay in for our family. I'm going to talk a little bit about investment too as well. Now, here's the thing. When you're looking to buy your first home, the first thing lenders will require from you is to have some type of skin in the game. Now, I know there are programs where you can put 0% down payment, right? You can get a grant and things of that nature, or mortgage brokers might put you in a program where you only have to put 0% down, or you can get a VA loan if you're a veteran, 0% down. So there are ways that you can do it. But today we're going to talk about getting creative, because maybe you don't fall into that category where you can get a VA loan or other type of grants that you can qualify for, right? So in most cases, we have to get creative. It's called creative financing in order to maybe purchase our first home. Now, that's what I want to talk about today. So some of the ways you can get creative, because if you go the traditional route, for example, when you get a loan, you have to put down some type of percentage. Like, for example, if you get an FHA loan, which is the most common loan that people get in order to buy their first property. So with an FHA loan, typically it's Federal Housing Administration, which means that the government is going to back you up when it comes to this loan, right? This is like a government program where if you default on this loan, the government is going to pick up your loan. So lenders feel more secure when it comes to this loan. So this is the reason why they require only a 3.5% down as a down payment, very low down payment. So for example, if you're looking for a property, if you find a property that's worth $100,000 and you only have to put down 3.5%, which is $3,500. Another example, if you found a property that's worth $200,000, you got to put down 3.5%, which is $7,000. So typically for every $100,000, you add another $3,500 on top of it, and that'll give you your down payment. For simple math, right? Now, so the reason why lenders require you to do this, because they want to see how committed you are when it comes to purchasing this property, meaning you want to have some type of skin in the game, they will call it. Skin in the game requires a down payment. So the question becomes, how do we get this down payment money? And that's only the tip of the iceberg, because in most cases, not only you need a down payment money, but you might have closing costs, right? You might have other fees and expenses that you have to pay too. So instead of only paying $3,500, you might have to come with the closing table to about $7,000, $8,000 when you accumulate all the fees and things of that nature. So of course they might want to have you have reserves on the side too. So yeah, you might need some money in the bank. Now the question is, how do we get this money in the bank, right? How do we show that we can afford this property, that if things does go wrong, we have some reserve that we can draw from, that we can pull from to make these lenders feel more secure? Well, one of those ways is called business credit, right? This is how we get creative when it comes to our finances, where we can use business credit in a creative way to have the down payment money, to have the reserve money, to have any type of funds that we need for fees, in order to make this deal happen. So here's a great way you can do that. There's something where you can get a 0% business credit card, which means you can go to like a Chase, American Express, Citibank. They have these business credit cards that's 0% interest. So you're not paying any interest on these credit cards for a limited time. Maybe it's 6 months, maybe it's 12 months, 18 months, 21 months, however the time that they give you that you're paying no interest on this credit card. So you can take this unsecured business credit card with 0% interest. And what you do next with that credit card is you can liquidate that credit card. So which means if I have a $20,000 American Express business credit card, I can pull the funds out of that credit card, out of that line of credit, liquidate that credit card, and put those funds into my business checking account. So when you hear people say, hey, I bought a real estate property, all I did is swipe my credit card, they don't literally mean they went to the closing table and they just swiped their credit card and they closed on this deal. No, what they did was they went to the closing table. Before they went to the closing table, they liquidate that $20,000 unsecured business credit card with 0% interest, and they took those funds and put in a business checking account. That's what they mean about buying a property, about swiping a credit card, because you can't physically just go to a closing table and swipe your credit card, right? So I just want to clear that up for those who didn't know. Now, we can liquidate our credit card, put the funds into our business checking account. Now we have our down payment for the 3.5% with $3,500 or whatever fees that we need, or how much reserves we need to have on the side in order to close this deal to be a homeowner. That's the name of the game. That's the whole purpose. Now, you might be asking, how is this possible, London? Typically, banks can see that you liquidate that credit card and you just use that funds and you just put in your business checking account. Well, here's the thing why business credit is so essential and so great. Well, did you know that unsecured business credit card is not reporting on your personal credit profile? So which allows you to liquidate that credit card and use those funds as a down payment without the banks even knowing what's going on. Because they look at your personal credit file, it's not going to tell them that you'll withdraw all your funds off this particular credit card, because those business account doesn't report on your personal account. So this is how we're able to accomplish this without the lenders or any financial institution understand what we are doing behind the scenes, right? So that's a great way to get away with it. Now, you might be asking also too, like, how is this even possible? Well, what you can do, when I mean by liquidate a credit card, as far as writing yourself or liquidating the credit card to put in your checking account, you're not doing any type of convenience check. You're not doing any type of maybe a balance transfer from card to card. You're not doing that. You're not doing any type of cash advance, making a cash advance on that credit card. You're not doing any of that. What you're doing is one strategic way on how you can do it. You can do a balance transfer check, where you can go to Chase, you can go to Citibank or like a Bank of America and get a balance transfer check, where you can write yourself a check of $20,000 and transfer those funds into your business checking account. Balance transfer check. Remember, not a convenient check, not a cash advance. Those are too many fees and you're very limited. You can't liquidate really the whole credit card if you're doing it that route. So balance transfer check is the best way to do it. Now, there's other ways you can do it too as well, but in my opinion, that requires less fees and less of a hassle as far as you just getting the job done like that. So that's the way how you can liquidate your credit card, or you can use business credit to buy your first property. Hope you enjoyed. If not, make sure you like, make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have a question. See you.